Now, look. I know I've been beating on you pretty bad, but it's important for you to know these things. In case you ever try again, you won't end up here.
Reward RVR for RVR. When you first told me about yourself, it was pretty clear what kind of game you claimed to be. A game with strong focus on RVR, and a game with strong focus on PvE. That is a pretty good hybrid. PvE players have their PvE rewards for taking part of the PvE content in the game. Hunter's Vale, Gunbad, Bastion Stairs, Lost Vale, Tomb of the Vulture Lord. A player can go into Lost Vale's PvE content and earn both epic armor and epic weapons for the class. Why does this not translate over to RVR? Why does RVR have to be different? Why does player versus player content offer different rewards based on location, when players should actually just be rewarded equally for RVR as a whole? No matter if it's taking place in RVR Lakes, in Land of the Dead, in City Sieges, or even scenarios, RVR should be rewarded for RVR. The current system added scenario RVR reward weapons. This is another one of those situations that instead of fixing a problem, you just created a new one. There were so many different currencies in the game. You yourself said this many times, so why add another one? Why not readjust what works? We look back at patch 1.1a and the introduction to open RVR influence rewards. While a good idea, just poorly implemented. We need to turn influence points into currency. RVR should reward RVR, no matter what form it comes in. Kill a player, influence points. Take a defended keep, a lot of influence points. Win a scenario, your team's end score multiplied by 2 would equal your current influence points. It's really that simple. So what do we do with all the gear and weapons and different currencies in the game? Well, the weapons and armor all get their costs readjusted to an influence points value. The insignias stop dropping from the game as a whole. The current insignias in the game can be traded into the NPC merchant for 100 influence per. The crest will be the only item reward that still drops in the game, and acts as a bonus influence points for players that earn them, allowing each one to be traded in for influence. An officer crest will be worth 100 influence, a conqueror 500 influence, invader 2500 influence, warlord 12,000 influence, royal 62,000 influence. So that earning royals or killing the players that drop these high-end influence crests still yield high reward value. The end result are players being rewarded for not only taking part in your RVR content, but also for killing other players. Forts. We already discussed the Borg's victory point system that needs to be improved, which is the core design that runs the campaign. Now you need a reason for the players to engage on the campaign. Now this isn't just a campaign that drives the tier 4 players for endgame content, but something that rewards the players of the entire realm as a whole, no matter what level. We take a look back at what you've done for the City Siege redesign in 1.3.5. Now while it has its issues, it's still a pretty enjoyable mix of PvE and PvP to create a balanced RVR encounter. But unless you see a change in how often the city gets engaged, it's going to suffer the same fate as any other content you force it to play constantly. What can we do? Sure, I have an idea, but I'm not even 100% certain that what I'm proposing will solve it. First, all forts have a relic of power within it, each pairing offering a different bonus to the realm. Dwarf and Greenskin pairing will offer melee damage increase. Elf pairing will offer range and magic damage increase. The Empire pairing will offer healing enhancement, 5% in each fort. Forts won't truly need many redesign changes. Just taking the Fort Lord and lowering him down one level, which, when the Fort Lord dies, will drop the relic. The other issue with forts were the timers in which the other realm were able to attack or avoid the fort as a whole, and the 60-minute time sink required to defend it. What do we do to push the fight, but also push the players to defend without placing a 60-minute inactive time sink on the game? Ready for this? When the campaign is finally pushed to the forts, there is a 15-minute window in which the attacking realm has to take down one of the outer fort doors. For each door taken down, it rewards the attacking realm 20 minutes to take the fort. 4 doors in total, earning 20 minutes per door, a grand total of 80 minutes. For each door taken, it also acts as a respawn point for the attacking players that die and release at the fort. The defenders can retake the fort doors by repairing them and removing the 20 minutes from the timer, and removing the spawn point for the attackers. Defenders, when they die and release, they respawn just outside the city gates by the unfinished cities. With this basic understanding of the fort, we can then proceed to the Fort Lord's death and the encounter that follows thereafter. Transporting the Relic event. After successfully taking down the fort doors, killing the Lord, a relic will drop. First, a player must engage and activate the relic. It will begin to move out of the enemy's fort, across each pairing, all the way to the attacker's fort. The relic will only move when the surrounding players of the controlling realm are beside it. If they are defeated during the transport, the relic will remain stationary until a player of either realm reactivates and sends it along its path, either from or to the opposing realm fort. The relic itself will offer an aura, providing the bonus that it offers as well as a movement speed bonus for all the players of the controlling realm around it. As long as a member of the controlling realm is besides the relic, it will continue to move forward. Only one relic may be in play in a single pairing at a time. When a relic is in play, the city siege will not start. With the relic system in effect, we will now also need to readjust the underdog system, which will no longer be tied to how many times a city is engaged, but instead how many relics a realm has in their possession. A realm will not start to suffer the strain of power from the relics if they are holding 4 or less relics of power. Once they have 5 relics, or even 6, they will notice a big hit in trying to keep these relics. Being that these relics radiate such devastating power over the realm, it will create a flux in resources used to defend them. All keeps under the realm's control with the most relics suffer, by having weaker doors and less guards. At 5 relics, each keep door will be 25% weaker, with 25% less guards. At controlling 6 relics, each keep door will be 50% weaker and have 50% less guards. Thus, a proper underdog system is created. Aside from the fort readjustment, another adjustment would be to counter the free noning that takes place once a zone pairing unlocks. Remember, we are currently using these ideas based on a fixed and working victory point generation system. So with that, when a zone is locked or opened or reset, all the battlefield objectives are flagged as neutral, but not neutral as they currently are designed, which allows a solo player to run up and fondle the flag a bit. But now they are protected by enemy NPC monsters. I'm not saying that PvE NPCs will be coming out to the lakes retaking the BOs and keeps that you work so hard for. They will only be in place of the current system that has freshly unlocked zones with BOs that don't require proper recapture, but also for zones that already have been previously recaptured to act as a VP reset, so that the realm isn't automatically nearing a recapture by doing nothing. They have to work for it.
End of the line. Pretty much it, guys.